The Russian army continues its rapid offensive in all directions of the Special Military Operations Zone. At the moment, war correspondents are recording the retreat of the Ukrainian army units in the Kursk, Pokrovsk, Kupyansk, and Zaporizhia directions of the front. However, the situation for the Ukrainian army is unfolding fairly dramatically in the Gornyak and Selidovo areas, in the Pokrovsk direction of the front. So, a few hours ago, war correspondents admitted that the Russian army had changed its offensive tactics in the battle for Selidovo. In particular, it is reported that Russian troops stopped attacking the positions of the Ukrainian army in the eastern part of Selidovo, and began covering the city from the southern and northern flanks. All this led to the fact that as of October 23, 2024, the Russian army was able to seize almost all roads leading to Selidovo. At the moment, the Ukrainian army has only one highway at its disposal, to the northwest of this city. Through this highway, the Ukrainian High Military Command continues to supply its grouping in Selidovo with everything necessary. However, the advancing Russian troops from Novogradovka may take this highway under fire control in the coming hours. Thus, as soon as Russian troops cut the remaining highway in this area, the garrison of the Ukrainian army located in Selidovo will be completely surrounded. My friends, this situation is very similar to the battle for Vuhledar. The fact is that the Russian troops used the same tactics in Vuhledar, as a result of which the city was liberated without significant losses in manpower and equipment. Against this backdrop, it is also worth paying attention to the plight of the Ukrainian army in another settlement of Donbass. In particular, we are talking about Gornyak, located south of the recently liberated city of Ukrainsk. So, on the morning of October 22, war correspondents reported that Russian troops managed to enter the northern part of Gornyak, and even gain a foothold in the central part of this settlement. It is reported that at the moment, Russian troops control the territories on both sides of the railway that runs through the center of Gornyak. The Ukrainian soldiers located in Gornyak make it clear that the situation in this settlement is developing along a negative scenario. According to them, the Ukrainian army units are no longer able to hold the line in this city. In the last 24 hours alone, 5 cases of mass desertion of Ukrainian soldiers have been recorded in Gornyak. It is reported that Ukrainian soldiers voluntarily leave their positions, ignoring the orders of their commanders. By the way, one of the first to escape from Gornyak turned out to be Ukrainian nationalists from the Da Vinci Wolves Nationalist Battalion. Ukrainian war correspondents complained that this elite unit fled to Pokrovsk, leaving ordinary mobilized soldiers in their positions, who do not even know how to shoot from a machine gun. Commenting on the situation in Gornyak, the creator of the Ukrainian military news resource Deep State, Roman Pogorelov, said that the situation has worsened significantly for the Ukrainian army in this settlement. According to him, within 15 hours the Russian army captured the northern and central part of Gornyak, continuing to rapidly advance to the southern part of this city. The Ukrainian expert regretfully admitted that the Russian army could completely capture the city of Gornyak in the coming hours. After the liberation of the settlement of Zorianoy by the Russian army, the situation of Ukrainian troops also deteriorated sharply in neighboring Kurakovka. According to war correspondents, Russian troops have already launched an assault on this settlement from the northern direction. It is reported that the Russian army is actively using combat aviation to destroy the fortifications of Ukrainian troops with the help of guided aerial bombs of the Fab family. Analyzing the situation in the Pokrovsk direction of the front, even the most ardent pro-Ukrainian Western military experts admitted that the defense of the Ukrainian army had almost completely collapsed in the Donbass. According to them, the advance of Russian troops is only gaining momentum, and in the coming days, Ukraine will face major territorial losses. Against this backdrop, German journalist and ardent Russophobe Julian Rock bluntly stated that he no longer believes in Ukraine's victory on the battlefield. According to him, the Ukrainian army has devastatingly lost this war, and Kiev will not be able to fix this situation even against the backdrop of ongoing military and financial assistance from the West. The German journalist also commented on the new package of military assistance to Ukraine announced by Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin. According to him, nothing would help Ukraine to stop the Russian army. The German journalist regretfully admitted that shortly the Ukrainian state will cease to exist in its current form. "We've seen it all before. The assistance of the Western countries will not be able to reverse the situation. None of this will be able to stop the Russian army's advance to the west and the destruction of Ukraine," German journalist Julian Rock said. Meanwhile, in the eastern, southern, and northern parts of Ukraine, the partisan movement consisting of Ukrainian citizens has sharply intensified. It is reported that recently the Ukrainian partisans have begun to move towards acts of intimidation and even the physical elimination of Ukrainian officers who cooperate with NATO and the Pentagon. For example, on October 22, 2024, in the city of Kramatorsk, Ukrainian partisans attacked a Mercedes-Benz ML, which belonged to a high-ranking officer who was the head of the Tactical Training Center of the 5th Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. It is reliably known that during this attack, Ukrainian partisans used grenades and firearms. It is reported that at the time of the attack, a high-ranking officer of one of the armies of NATO countries was also next to this Ukrainian officer. Later, it turned out that this NATO officer was on the territory of Ukraine as a military advisor. According to representatives of the Russian underground in Ukraine, as a result of this attack, Ukrainian and NATO officers were seriously injured. It is reported that despite doctors' best efforts, these officers did not survive their injuries.